So this is the third video in how to cut out shapes, how to start to edit the shapes that one has. So we're at this stage now. I'm going to turn off the blue just for now and turn off the red so that we've got green here because I just want to keep that nice and clear. So we've got the green, I'll select it, I'll make it bigger to fill the screen so we've just got other more green to play with. Now, here we are with a big green shape with a hole cut in it, which we did before. We were using these tools before, the elliptical and the rectangular marquee tool and the polygonal and lasso tool, which does a similar thing except with curved objects. There are other ways of cutting out these shapes. Remember, this is rasterized. I keep on repeating this, I know, but rasterizing allows you to edit it. This is one of the most important tools here, the eraser tool. Click on the eraser tool. I've now selected the eraser tool. This panel here, up in the left-hand corner, you notice there's a little picture of the eraser, and there's a little number there, 17 in this instance, and a little arrow. I'm going to click on that. And that's giving me these options. The size option is really important. If I move the size option to, it gives you a number there, but you can see what it is. It's the number of pixels that it's going to select, and a hardness slide. So it's very soft, hardness 0. So I'm going to have a very, very soft rubber. And this circle thing represents 158 pixels that it's rubbing out. And I've selected a soft round pressure size there on that picture. And if I start doing this, you can see that I'm softly rubbing out some of this green shape. And in fact, if I go around that square that we had before, it's softly rubbed that out. Now, if we zoom out a bit so that you can actually see what's happening there, I will then put the red back on, and then what I'm going to do is move the red here behind the green, and you can see that it's, sorry, I've selected the green there, I wanted to select the red, I'll select the red, because you can see that red moving behind that hole that I've cut. It's a blurry hole. If I move the red right back to there, I'm going to select that rubber here, and I'm going to make the rubber smaller, so it's only 37 pixels now, and I'm going to make it very hard, so it's 100%, and you see it says here hard round pressure size. I'm going to select a hard round pressure size there because otherwise it will have slightly furry soft edges, and I actually want this to be very clean. Remember, behind there is that red object that we had. Remember I was saying before that you can use the opacity slide to see what's behind these objects without actually losing track of them. I moved the wrong one. I need to select the green and then move the slide down on that, and you can see that that red thing is actually behind the green. So that's where I want to go with this rubber, and I'm going to start it. You see that? I'm allowing the red to come through the green. It's very crude at the moment, but that's really not the point. It's this demonstration of how these tools work. There are ways of doing this extremely accurately, but I'm not going to do that just at the moment. So if we then take the green back to 100%, you can see that I've cut this hole through the green. And if we were to move the red around, you notice I've selected the red there. Here's the selection tool in the top here. It says the move tool rather. You can see that it's moving. That's actually a hole in the green. And this red thing is moving behind that hole. If we made another hole here, we could, sorry, select the green. Here's another hole. And you can see that there's that, I've accidentally rubbed out, taken a notch out of that red there. But if we make various holes in the green, I'm just going to do slightly sort of random holes. You can see how random you can be. This is completely freehand. If we start to move the red around, there's the move tool, you can see that it's moving behind this green screen. And remember that the reason why these cutout shapes in the green are so hard-edged is because when I selected here, you got that rubber sign and that number 37 and that little downward arrow. I selected maximum hardness. If I make it really soft, take it right down there, make the size bigger, select a soft round pressure size, I can start to make very soft shapes rubbed out from there. And you can see that effect, that slightly glowing edge almost, from the fact that I'm using a very soft rubber.